啊，隔了一天啊，这是应该第几章来着？好像第一本书的最后一章了吧？啊，本身就是慢热型的，看的人肯定觉得很没意思，就是，然后玩的人也是基本是跟看故事一样。相比一些别的一些玩起来更刺激的竞速类、动作类也好，肯定是那些游戏更吸引人。真的要二选一的话，肯定会选那边。只有两者都有时间，你可能才会考虑来看看故事。这个就是看书嘛，对吧？还得是需要操作的看书啊。对，是这儿的是吧？Elevation，然后这儿呢，第7章了，Open Options Menu，不用，容易那个一下子，反正2周目成就周了，能补的东西基本能补。成就周这个一期打几章，这个到时候再看，可能都不太记得，因为有3本书的。反正现在你是不是可以已经从第一本书结束了，是不是可以从头开始玩了，对不对？并不是，因为你第一章、第二章、第三章选的东西是会不，第一本书、第二本书选的东西是会跟后面有关的。打个比方，第一本书是不是当时有那个 Marcus 对吧？Marcus 他是小时候偷的东西被那个 Remigius 一巴掌打的，好像是腿瘸了，反正逃掉了嘛。是你告发了他，所以他才会遇到这事情。你如果不告发他的话，那第3本书就会有事情；不告发他的话，这个永远触发不了了。所以必须要告发。还有这种东西，很淡，看一下吧。干嘛
Look here first. Imagine you're standing in the center of the nave, looking at the wall. This is what you see.
？Are those windows?
？Philip
Right, but that's not all.
是吗？哇，这还有细节 overview 啊，other things 是吧？这个呢？Tribune Gallery，这怎么鼠标有点飘啊？是你长按的原因吗？啊，这里就会飘了，长按就会飘。对，按起来就会飘。
Starting right in the middle is the Tribune Gallery.
Tribune Gallery。然后呢
On top are the clear-story windows.
？Clerestory Windows，我靠，
Shall I go on?
Yes, yes, of course. I was just thinking. Keep going.
这 Philip 可能根本就没兴趣。
On the
Arcade，
lowest level are the pillars of the arcade. They're joined by arches making up the bays. Through the archways you can see the windows in the aisle.
I can see you have put a lot of thought into this. I was just wondering, how long would this take to build? You can take your time with that answer.
8 to 10 years with 60 masons, 15 years with，这还要计算的吗？30 masons 的话，30 masons 15年的450，30乘15，那边呢？60个人，60个人的话，那确实是一半，但好像时间反而更长了。这里还直接就要回答了是吧？我都不能仔细看着。慢慢来吧，反正现在人也不多。
Depends on how many people you employ. If you hire 30 masons with enough labourers, apprentices, carpenters and smiths, they will be done in 15 years.
I wish my monastic officials had your ability to think ahead and calculate. Go on now, show me the rest of your drawing.
啊，还要秀。这部分看来挺重要啊，他会一点点让你看。这些已经看过了。
Let me tell you more.
About the Wars 看过了，这里已经。他挺看重这东西 ，floor plan 啊，这是 floor plan，叫 elevation 是吧？主视角、侧视角跟俯视图。我靠，牛逼牛逼！
When we walk around the site, we mark where the walls will be, the pillars, the doors.
俯视图也可以叫平面图。
Now for that, we need a plan like this to tell us where to place our pegs and string.
Is this how birds would see our church?
Birds，
Exactly.
这故事你要一点一点去品呢，绝对是有意思的。这个世界名作可不是浪得虚名，但是呢，节奏比较缓。
The chancel will have 4 bays.
4 bays，、
What about the nave?
哪个是那个？这个是那个是吗？是什么 transept？
Here you can see the transept.
这他妈是建筑学的东西。
I noticed, yes. It is remarkable how much you can reveal with so few lines.
Thank you, Father.
nave，
The nave is on the left. It has 6 bays.
I can see the transept is 2 bays wide,
下一个问题。
so it will be 12 in total.
嗯，
It does look splendid, but isn't that rather small?
也回答说 It would be similar, but not less impressive. Could you afford to build it bigger?
Oh, can you afford to build it bigger?
I have trouble affording it at all. The king grants us timber and stone and wool from Shiring's pastures. But only God knows if it will be enough. I don't suppose you have any idea how much this would cost.
No more than 30,000 pounds. 积极的回答还是消极的回答？那积极的回答。
I know exactly how much this would cost. It would be no more than £3,000.
那个年代的
I spent the
3,000
last
pounds
few
应该不得
weeks
了。
working out the annual income of the priory. Here's the answer. £300 a year. And we spend every penny. So, I need to find £200 a year. It doesn't sound so bad when you put it that way. You really want to build this cathedral yourself, don't you?
Yes, Father. I want you to appoint me Master Builder.
Why?
总工程师。Because I want to fully exercise my skill. Because I've seen it done badly. Because it gives meaning to a man's life. Because it will be beautiful. 除了这个感觉有点差一点，这个可以。Man's life.
Because he wants to give people hope.
Is that so? Then answer me this one last question. If people were to enter your church, what image would they see crowning the tympanum above the entrance? One of Judgment Day to teach people to be good? Or one of paradise to remind them of God's mercy?
这两个答案在我看来
Show
都一样
them。hell, so that they're afraid to do bad things.
怎么看？
I'd rather see trees and animals.
是4选1的是吧 ？Remind them of God's mercy, warn them of Judgment Day， 审判之日。God's mercy， 这两个其实
Shall
都
be
可
the
以。
promise of a better life. Therefore, it will show heaven.
对，
Yes.
Milius, is there news of my brother?
No, unfortunately not. No one has seen or heard from him since the Bishop and Percy Hamley were here.
Papa, will there
Papa
be statues inside?
Statues?
Oh. That's enough, children. It's time you went out and played.
介绍也只有2部分的是吧？
Yes?
My first wife, Agnes. She died without a priest, and she's buried in unconsecrated ground. Sometimes a man builds a chapel, or founds a monastery, in the hope that in the afterlife God will remember his piety. I just wonder, do you think my design might serve to protect Agnes's soul?
God no longer asks for blood sacrifices, for the ultimate sacrifice has already been made. But the lesson of Abraham's story is that God demands the best we have to offer, that which is most precious to us. So you must ask yourself, is this design the best thing you could offer?
Except for my children. Yes.
Then rest easy, Tom Builder. God will accept it.
然后它章节一章一章的这个时间很难控制，如果你不剧透的话，你都不知道下来什么时间，所以很可能我留了这个1个半小时，然后你莫名其妙这一章20分钟结束了，然后下一章呢很可能2个小时，这样不伦不类就很难受。Contract of the employment 啊，这不是工作的合同啊，社畜合同。Contract dated February 1st, 1136. I, Philip of Gwynedd， 这个词很难念啊，而且我一直听他念结尾不是 D 啊，是以 S 还是 Z 结尾的，好像是 Gwynedd 是吧？In representation of Kingsbridge Priory, hereby assign Tom Builder as master builder for the construction of Kingsbridge Cathedral. The priory will provide £200 a year to be used wholly for materials and craftsmen. The pace of construction shall be adjusted accordingly and adhere to plans approved by the prior. In exchange for his work, Tom Builder and his family are to receive a private house and the right to attend all common meals of the priory. The contract is subject to change with the priory's financials and give future prospect of the additional payment to compensate for the master builder's work. Signed, Prior Philip of Gaynard, Tom Builder. 马上缺小5张俱全了，这合同不像某些合同给你搞得很长，其实都是垃圾。这真考虑到很多人根本就不会去看合同，所以其实都是垃圾。两个人签个名就完事儿。嘛，大多数时候那张白纸其实确实就是垃圾。但当你用到的时候，你如果之前觉得它是垃圾，就麻烦了。Staples。好，又变又是 Jack 视角了。这 Jack 还是真的是龙傲天，不知道后面剧情会不会龙傲天？是谁啊？那鼠标怎么有点飘呢？我应该不是鼠标的问题，但它有点飘，应该是我一直按的空格键的问题。谁啊？啊 ，Alfred， 我还以为 Alfred 被抓走。Unfriendly monks。I'm not talking to them。啊，不愿意 talk。这个呢 ，Hole in the ground mother 啊，这是 mother。Takes many years to build a cathedral. 啊，已经开始了是吧 ？But only one night to burn it down. Did I do right? 啊，对，是你干的，我都忘了，是你干的，这小贼。啊，点了没用了是吧 ？She's starting to like it here, even with all the noise and the monks.
Jack, do me a favor and give Paul these herbs, will you?
Paul. 啊，那个 Paul 是吧？这个不是 Remigius。
But he's a monk. You don't like monks.
Well, it turns out not all of them are bad.
Remigius.
Still, be careful before you trust any one of them.
There he is!
Laborer.
Give our prior the welcome he deserves!
Oh, you know, I am only following God's will.
Prepare to raise the bell! Make the prior proud!
Well, thank you.
Go on, Jack. Don't forget about Paul's herbs.
Where have I seen that woman before?
哎，他有印象了是吧 ？Mother gave me these sage leaves。你确定不是大麻吗？Sage leaves， 这个 Remigius 应该是见过那谁的，还能跟谁聊？谁啊？不是这个人吗？这又是 hole in the ground。Mother hole in the ground。啊 ，Philip's crowd 是吧？不能聊了。So much noise。啊，能出去是吧 ？Pathway。Why is he so friendly all of a sudden? He hasn't hit me in weeks. Am I scaring him? 好感度够了，好感度够了，感觉这 Alfred 就要走了呢。啊，可以聊了。
Hey.
What are you
了。
doing?
I'm supervising. Tom asked me to.
啊 ，supervising.
We see eye to eye now, you know. He asks me things and I can say yes or no.
Yes or no?
Hey, did you tell him that I had trouble with him?
Yeah.
You bastard. I told you not to. I have to carve up some steaks later.
这里居然骗
If
他
you
了。
want, you can help me.
对
Or
付
you
对
can
付这个人
do
真复
whatever the
杂，
hell it is you're doing all day. It's your call.
这不是好感度下降了？反正后面已经不重要了。Give herbs to poor mother poor。哎，这好像走过去看到有剧情了。不能双击快速移动的话，就说明有剧情。对，哎，没有剧情吗？一下就变成这样了。The road to the King's Bridge， 右边呢不能去是吧？只能跟破聊天。这里本来是有什么东西的，有坚果， 在那章你把坚果拿来给那个谁来着？Milius 是吧？Milius，Milium 还是 Milius？Ancient as a forest ，looks like old tree。人名太多了，所以需要一点点记忆，尤其是这个英文名，更加难记忆。
Oh, good day, boy. If you see your mother, tell her the pain's gotten worse. I think I might take her up on our offer now. Oh,
Groans.
oh, don't you ever get as old as I am, boy. 'Tis not natural.
他还不想活那么久。
This is from my mother.
这个正太声音也太幼了吧
Oh, bless her, boy. Whatever Remigius says, your mother is a saint.
？Remigius and Saint。
Oh, is that the bell? Can you see it from here?
啊，能看到那个是吧？有用吗？
Bell without a cathedral. Your father certainly had strange ideas.
我操，这个不会是
It might be.
这个不是从这儿才开始的吧？
Bell?
之前的教堂好像确实没有这个钟的。哎，这个不会是阿丽安吗？
Excuse me?
还真是，阿丽安来这儿了。后面戏份会很多的女人
You. I remember you. You're the boy with no father.
Actually, I have two fathers now.
Two fathers
Is that so?
啊，Phillips，
Yes.
Huh?
Tom Builder and Jack Sherberg.
Jack
I thought
Sherberg
you
是呀。
weren't the builder's son.
Well, I am now.
I have to say, Prior Philip told me there would be a lot of sheep here. I can see he wasn't exaggerating.
You know Philip too?
I do. He's the reason I'm here. Is he around?
He should be around somewhere. Busy man, that fellow. But don't worry. You probably won't have to look for him for long.
All right. Thank you.
英文作品你要是英文配音就没什么违和感，日文作品你要英文配音就违和感很强。明明是这个 J.K. 找了一个这个感觉是25岁来配音，就很不正常。但这个红发的凯尔特人，我觉得声音稍微是高了点，感觉可以再粗一点，盖这个再奔放一点，再像猎人一点，这有点太嫩了。更不要说是欧美的这个正太了。
Shall we go after them?
Water 啊，那个什么威廉是吧？
No. Now we know where we can find them.
Ha! Ho!
回去了是吧？就没有决定直接侵入，好像没有别人，就他们两个人。是谁啊？哦，那个被背叛的人是吧？名字叫什么来着？突然想不起来。什么Wells 人是吧？Wells 人是吧？反正名字里面有威尔士的。
William Hamley has returned
Hamley
to see you.
Send him in, Timothy. We have much to discuss.
然后可能这就结束了，这张结束了啊。The Pillar of the Earth from the Ashes. Chapter 7: The Rise of Kingsbridge. What you did, you gave an optimistic estimation of the cost of construction. You chose an image of paradise for the new cathedral's 什么 tympanum 还是 tympanum. You haven't heard anything about Francis for a while. Lady Aliena, why does she want to talk to Philip? Bishop Waleran began scheming against Kingsbridge. You finished book 1. You finished book 1. 这样一个成就应该
Next
出来了。
time on the Pillars of the Earth,
Next time.
find out what happened to me and my brother Richard after the siege of our father's castle.
艾丽安的视角。
What will the future hold in store for Kingsbridge? The Pillars of the Earth, Sowing the Wind.
Sow in the Wind 还有下集预告了呢。第一卷完，成就已结束。Based on the novel The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett, featuring the voice of 声优是吧 ？Young Jack 这期不知道有多少版权问题。 有些时候短的他妈三个版权，长的反而没有。反正版权一旦来了，就现在我的套路就赶紧上传嘛，赶紧上传完，然后让油管自己来处理。它有一个这个虽然是试用的这么一个功能，就不把涉及版权问题这段完全静音，这是最傻的方法。虽然相对会快一点，你可以只把音乐静音，就能听到我的声音，一下就变得好像被隔音隔过一样，然后 BGM 就没了，是会这样的。啊，这个是德文的是吧？德文的配音，德文配音应该也有点意思。但是这个作品虽然是德国工作室，但背景是13世纪的英国，11世纪吧。1136年的话，也1136年那应该12世纪啊，12世纪了，12世纪的英国，所以用这个很纯正的这个 British English 我觉得没有问题。你要莫名其妙搞一个这个 American English 或者甚至是 Australian English 就麻烦了。那这个确实听起来是有违和感的。你要没听过英音呢，那你觉得还正常。但你要是哪怕这个没有跟很多法国人对话过，你只看过这个莎士比亚作品改编的那个，当然不是那个时候拍的作品，但也不会很新，可能是比如说15年前、20年前拍的，拍莎士比亚那时候的故事那个背景下的一些东西，那些就是很纯的英音，听起来很舒服的。越是这个年代，口音越重。这个作品其实口音算轻了，他毕竟要考虑到这个受众，他不能拿这个真正的威尔士或者苏格兰人的口音，哇塞，那个口音出来那你听不懂，怎么就跟乡下话一样，就跟方言一样，听不了。他每本书看完都有这个什么 Mario Joe Tucholsky 什么名字？感觉也不像德文名字。这个 Martin Kaluwait 看起来像是德文名字。WEIT 这种拼法应该算是 ，Zenner 可能也是 ，Christina Winter 肯定不太会是。Interface Design Wagner Sebastian Wagner 这妥妥的德文名 Kohler 这个 O 上面没有少2点吗？Localization Director 这个 Benjamin Kahn 这肯定也是德文名。Words of Magic French translation, Spanish translation, Italian translation, Chinese translation, Mogi Group 还行。Proofreading Lead Sound Designer, Additional Sound Designer, Soundtrack 速度还行，还挺快的，读不过来。Soundtrack Composing and Live Instruments, Orchestra, Conductor, Sound Engineer, Studio Technician。这个 Chanda 这个 C 这么一个往下飘的感觉，像是不是土耳其语就是这个什么捷克语。Recording Sessions Manager, Chants, Vocals 啊，这里了，对，这首 Alan's Lullaby， 这首曲子应该是有版权的。之前我记得我在那个删东西的时候，折腾这版权问题的时候看到过这曲子。Alan Lullaby 是吧？可能每一本书还不一样，因为当时我看他们那个指南只有第1章、第2章，甚至连只有第1本书、第2本书，没有第3本书。第3本书可能也是后面加进来的。价格倒不知道有涨过，因为也是17年的，相对有点老，相对有这么一点点老。Additional testing 能不能看到这个不一样的名字？好像不行。对，这里的名字没有任何一些亚洲的感觉，全是欧洲的名字，而且纯的英文名很少。你仔细一看，纯种的英文名真的不多。这个 Casper Michel 也不是英文名，肯定不是英文名。CEO Carsten Fischerman MANN 这种拼法绝对不可能是英文，肯定是德文。MANN 还有这个 SCH Schmidt， 这个 SCH 肯定也不是英文名。这个 Stephen Wacker 倒是有可能， 但 Stefan 这个出来了，可能也概率不大。这个 Maria Müller， 这个 U 上面2个点的肯定不是，英文名。Maria Urban、Lisa Mallory， 啊，还有 Accounting。The team wishes to thank Ken Follett and Barbara Follett。Barbara Follett 可能是这个 Ken 的这个老婆婆是吧？Mama and Papa Lucas Eckhoff wishes to thank Mama and Papa。这都还真的是下了功夫了，每个主要角色都能有一行来这个各种感谢。这个贝塔都来了 ，NU Beta BAUM， 怎么念来着贝塔？Stefan Wilfer wishes to thank the Discord dudes ，the Discord dudes。这个 DRED 嘛，应该就是 the 了，应该就是英文的 the Discord dude。Free software， 它是用这个来做的。前期倒还好，这张有一点点这个光标不能移动的问题。2017年 ，The software is provided as is。最后居然有这么多涉及到这版权的东西。Libopus Skype Limited。我靠，这些好迷啊 ！LibWebP 是关的啊，也是一个软件是吧？就是他制作这个游戏用了什么软件，要全部写出来的，版权也得一个一个列，要列这么长一段。这个 LIB 应该就是 library 是吧？需要用到这么多东西。看起来应该不需要这么复杂，只是有一些互动的这个电子书而已。实际上东西会这么长，这个 ED 是有点夸张。硬是感觉给你拖个10分钟，就当看谢幕了。而且这段很有可能是有版权的。University of Cambridge， The Basic Library Functions 啊 ，Philip Hazel。Thank you for playing， 这也不用 Thank you for playing 啊，才第1卷。然后呢，直接切回那个书那个地方是吧？我不知道点 Continue 会怎么样。啊，直接到这儿了是吧？那这还能点 Continue 吗？可能就不能点了是吧？可以点啊。而且我怎么觉得它这个屏幕有点怪？是我眼睛花了吗？你盯着它屏幕，好像觉得它这个整个屏幕在不知不觉的往下移动的感觉，可能是因为这个语音在动。点 Continue 不知道会怎么样，在哪儿？啊，就在这儿了是吧？原来是猜。那如果2呢？这个点 Continue 呢？是第2本叫 Sowing the Wind， 第1本呢是不是 Ash 吧 ？From the Ashes。第3本是 Eye of the Storm。哦，有意思。就第1部这个是老的嘛，对吧？老的那个教堂，它永远是以教堂作为背景的。然后第2部这个基本上已经建了一半了，第3部肯定已经建好了，但发生一些事情。对，建肯定应该快算建好了。 这个教堂不知道现实生活中有没有。哎，哪怕这个一模一样名字的没有，但在欧洲你肯定能找到很多这种不少那个年代建的这些东西教堂，很多都是 masterpiece。
My name is Aliena of Shiring.
啊，第二部是你的是吧？
I'm the daughter of the Earl Bartholomew of Shiring. At least, I used to be, before my father was arrested for conspiring against the king.
Aliena.
And a man I had once refused to marry took control of everything my family had ever owned, including ourselves.
Earl's Castle， 不是 5 weeks earlier。5 weeks earlier。啊，在这儿是吧 ？Aliena's Room。这本书看来有一部分视角还切换到这儿了，就因为拒绝了威廉。威廉也是贵族啊，他也是贵族。我操
Where's the girl? She is where you put her, you fiend. Once the king finds out. Here's the key. Now go get her. I'm starving.
I'm starving 啊，开始移动了是吧 ？Wait for Matthew to return. Matthew， 他的亲哥哥不是叫那个 Richard 吗？可以，第二章就他了，第二本书就他了，有意思。这威廉反正也是一个这个兽性大发的男人，之前不是还让我看过那个 Timothy 吗？一看 Timothy 这一脸无助的表情，当时我还觉得他怎么了？可能是被打了，还说哎 he touched me， he touched me， 后面还真的是 he touched me 啊，这样就30分钟是吧？我不知道下一章有多长呢，都不敢开坑。